what made you look for this service?
Right. So, I was going through sort of personal transformation. I actually felt tired in the job that I was doing, and I wanted to look, really understand myself and be able to sell myself as I look for a new job with a new CV. That was really my intention when I sought the service.
Yeah. Okay. And your background is you're in a multinational, so it's a large multinational globally.
Yes, I work in a large multinational. I actually work, it's a large multinational going a lot of global changes, a lot of challenges. So, I really wanted to understand myself so that I can understand what is happening also out there through an external consultant.
Yeah.
I felt I had been too compressed in the multinational kind of thinking.
Exactly. So I remember when we started off, you've never really applied to a job. You've kind of always gotten your roles through referrals. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe think about now, as you're going into a higher role, which is more a CFO role, what are you seeing the differences are between your previous experience and now?
Okay. Honestly, I think, you're right, because I had never really even gone for interviews or anything like that. Probably for the past 12 years. So this was really my first time to go for, sort of interviews. Yeah. Now, I really got a lot, from the coaching sessions, I got a lot from Berry, the sort of questions she was asking and how you could be able to apply that when you go into a real life interview situation. So subsequent to that, I've actually had I've probably had 4 or 5 interviews, and I felt that I've really performed. Over time, I'm performing well due to the coaching I received from Beryl.
Yeah. So do you feel it's different?
Very different. I'm actually so confident now, even to go for an interview. I feel I don't need to prepare. Honestly speaking, I can just walk into an interview and just wing it. So that the way we went, because you recall the way we went through my background for like a whole day. I came to understand so many things about myself I had never really talked about. I came to identify so many strengths, a couple of weaknesses as well. So through that whole exercise, I think Beryl, we spent probably 2 days with you, I think.
Yeah.
Because there was also another consulting we did. So I think I really got a lot out of that. Actually, even today, when I'm going for an interview, I simply read my CV and I'm able to go and sell myself.
Yeah, because everything has already been extracted. There are certain principles you now know to follow. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So, I think your situation, maybe people could also relate to in a way, because there are lots of companies that are undergoing, for example, restructuring or different things. And you find at this time, many people, you really start to ask yourself, like, is this where I want to be? Is this what I should be doing? So maybe just speak to someone who is in the same situation, companies probably undergoing restructuring, and not that you've lost your job, but really, you're really starting to self-evaluate. What would you tell them to do as a next step?
Okay, my advice, anyone who is facing any, sort of, risk of restructuring, my advice to them would be go back and understand yourself first. There is no need to panic, Don't panic. Just go back, understand yourself, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses by going through a sort of similar process like I did with Beryl. Then after that, you'll be able to gain confidence and really think ahead and think what you should be doing for your future. For example, for myself, I had really thought, employment is the only thing. But, after the sessions with Beryl, came to understand, and I realized you could actually do something else. So in the process, I've even tried to launch my own consulting business, which, we are hoping to launch soon. So there are options out there. You just really need to not to panic look back, think about your background, and then based on that, understand your background first, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses, and then based on that, come up with a strategy for your future.
Exactly. So this process is really about opening you to different opportunities and looking back at your past, seeing how you can derive value out of all of those experiences to have a better offer. Okay. All right. So did you have any hesitations in working with us?
No, I actually didn't. I think the sessions were very well run, very well coordinated. Can see a lot of commitment. Whatever we agreed would be delivered on the timelines was delivered on those timelines and to a good quality. And then there is also the aspect of the personal connection. I did it with you, Beryl. So there was that also personal connection, which brought out, the best of the whole process. Yeah.
All right. So what was your favorite part of the service, looking back?
I think for me, it was really just understanding myself. I had never thought about some of the accomplishments I had done previously in my professional life. So having this chat with Beryl, the questions which are asked are so probing, they're probing questions which really help you evaluate yourself. I think that for me, the self-realization that you've done so much, only that you had never gone through it and been able to document it and express it in a document.
Exactly. Yeah. And also we repositioned you for CFO role,
Precisely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's really hard when you're looking at your experiences to really extract that value that employers are looking for in higher roles. But when you work with someone separately, they are able to see that on your behalf, and help you to really work with it.
Precisely. And one more point I just want to note is, I think very the way you brought up your selling point, based on, the document we prepared, you could figure out this is the selling point. This guy, he has done more transformational work, he has done more operational work, so you could be able to find a strong selling point for your strength, which you can sell to any future employer or client.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So you've mentioned that you've been able to go for a couple of interviews. Of course, we did all of your documents, your career documents.
Yeah.
Are there any other results you'd like to say?
Personally, I came to the self-realization that employment is not the only thing. And I'm really just trying to launch my business now. So a lot of the things which I've done, you can actually sell personally here without necessarily going for employment. I think for me that was the other critical thing which came out of this process. Yeah.
What would you tell someone who wants to work with us, maybe like you, they are probably a director at their institution, they've been doing really well, and they're thinking of working with us, but they have some hesitations, what would you tell them?
No, I'll just tell them to go ahead on with it, even if you're feeling comfortable in your current position, right? And you're not looking out. It is still important to go in with an open mind, engage the services of Beryl and her team, and try and understand yourself, because it will bring out the best in you. It's not a matter of, just that you're looking for a job, right? It's something to help you understand yourself, especially the coaching session. So tell them just to go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add aside from that in closing?
No, nothing really. Just the service was excellent. I would say for me, but personally, I've not been engaged a service provider who has been this, connected with me. Even after the service, they still follow up on how you are doing, whether what you did is still helping you. So I would encourage anyone to go for the service.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much.
Okay, Beryl.